Hey guys, good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. Happy January. Happy New Year. I'm so late. I know I'm so late. I'm so late. But I know that I posted on the very last day of 2025, and thank you, Jesus. We made it to 2026 because, again, 2025, you guys, it was rough. It was one of those rough years. But today I am feeling so great, so inspired. Just a recap for New Year's Eve. Again, that was my beautiful friend, Kenya, her birthday. So I hope that she enjoyed her birthday. She decided to do a little getaway, Miami getaway with her husband. So I hope that they both had a ball. So, and yes, Kenya, this is our sign to go on another girls trip. So anyway, so one of the things that we did for our New Year's was we did get invited, my honey and I, to a New Year's Eve gathering. And again, I had said that I hadn't been out to a gathering in a couple years because I usually go to church, usually go to watch night, which that is something still near and dear to my heart. And if I feel, like I need to go to watch night, I will go to watch night for sure. But, we had this open invitation to go to my friends, Sophia and Brandon. They invited us to their New Year's Eve gathering. It was so wonderful. Met some wonderful people there. But anyway, one of the things that they had set up was a table to do your vision boards, right? Of course, I've done a vision board before with my girls, my homegirls, Kenya, Jamise, and Goldie. This was way back in 2015. I still have that vision board. I still have my vision board, and I do want to frame it because it was very meaningful to me at that time, and it still is. Now, guys, I have to tell you, I back in 2015, of course, I was an RN, but I was in school to obtain my BSN, my bachelor's. And ironically, one of the things that I had on my vision board, I saw a magazine. It was like this little cutout of like a doctor with his prescription clipboard. And then it had the little medicine bottle next to it in the magazine. And with vision boards, you just take a bunch of magazines or, just a bunch of books and cut out affirmations, words of affirmations, pictures that inspire you. And that was one of the things that really inspired me because, honestly, I never thought that I would be a nurse practitioner. Like, that is hands down honesty. When I was a CNA, the overall goal was RN. I just wanted to make it to RN. If I made it to RN, I was okay. So either way, so with that, that was my big dream. That was my dream in 2001. I became a CNA just almost 2 months shy of my high school graduation, and I was a CNA for 10 years before I became an RN. Now that was my ultimate dream, was to become a registered nurse. That's it. Okay. So, but in the course of me working after I obtained my RN, thank God, it was nothing but me and God and my mama praying, my family praying. And I've said this before, but either way, once I started working with doctors, with social workers, with therapists, with fellow LPNs and, my coworkers, my fellow coworkers, like once I got into position, and I distinctly remember I had sat in a few treatment teams. We call them treatment teams. So you come in, you have the client, they have their whole treatment team. They have the physician, they have the psych nurse practitioner, they have the registered nurse. Sometimes they had the LPN, and we call them TSSs, or therapeutic support specialists. They would be within the meeting, and also, most importantly, the patient or the client, but also they sometimes had a family member or a guardian. But the reason that I had the strong pull to even continue to my MSN, to become a psychiatric nurse practitioner, is because I could sit in the treatment team room. Because I must have sat in on hundreds of treatment teams, because that's part of psychiatry, when you're in inpatient, and also outpatient, if you have an ACT team, which I've also worked on an ACT team. But one of the main things that happens is, we'll go around the room, we'll listen to the client and the client's needs, the client's requests, and we'll listen to the family or guardians, input. Also, the main thing is listening to the nurse's input, the team's input, but most importantly, the physician's input. Because, I say most importantly because it was up to the physician to have the recommendation, right? Okay, so that's that. So after a couple years, I noticed that I knew what the physician would do or recommend before he or she, even said anything. Like, I already knew the medication they were going to prescribe based on the client's progress, whether they had a manic episode, psychotic episode, depressive episode, anxiety attack, OCD, bipolar. It didn't matter. I already knew what the line of treatment was going to be. So, I kind of sat with that for a while, and, didn't want to overstep my boundaries as a registered nurse. I did not want to come over top of the provider and their recommendations. Just respect. It's just all about respect. But, my mama gave me common sense, okay? And luckily, she and my dad, they created wonderful children. I'm happy to say that we are all successful. We are all successful. So my oldest brother has his doctorate, one of many doctorate, and one of his many educational degrees. He has multiple degrees. My other brother has his degree, 2 degrees, and also just became a life coach. So congratulations, Tim. I love you. You've been a life coach your entire life within ministry. So I'm happy to congratulate you on your credentials. You are certified. Okay. So either way, so he's multiple degrees, and recently certified as a life coach, as well as a minister for over 30, almost 40 plus years or more. He'll correct me. He'll tell me. My other brother he's been retired. He retired at 38 years old, 20 years, Chief Petty Officer in the Navy. My other brother is a civil engineer, has worked so hard his entire life. And I remember my brother Jorvis, he used to draw his blueprints, like it was blueprints. I believe he had stated that he wanted to build and construct his own house. So now he has been a civil engineer for a couple of years, just has elevated so wonderfully. God is blessed. My oldest sister, Ada, my love. By the way, Ada gave me this robe. Anybody that knows me knows that I love Snoopy, and this was one of her ways to kind of basically make sure that while I'm talking about self-care to everybody, that I have self-care, okay? And so for Christmas, she gave me my Snoopy robe. And not only that, she gave me the little red touches, the red outlines, because she knows that my favorite color is red. She gave me this robe. She gave me a Snoopy Christmas cup that I can have to either drink hot cocoa in, or it's actually made for soup. And she gave me these, hold on guys. She gave me these Snoopy masks. Aren't they so cute? I can't wait to break them out. I'll probably wait for the weekend to break these out. But she and my beautiful, beautiful little niece, Gabby, gave me this for Christmas as just a bundle, just to remind me that while I'm pouring into someone else's cup, don't let my cup go empty. So she wanted to make sure that I knew to take self-care for myself as well. So I love you, love you, love you, Ada. I always look up to you. I'm your baby sis, and I'll love you until my last breath and beyond. So love you. So that's that. But also, just to talk to about Ada, that is in her career path. Not very many people know, but Ada is she went to school and received her degree in funeral services. That was her first passion, funeral services, embalming. So she does have her degree in that, but also she went further to become an LPN. So she's been an LPN for many, many, many years now, and she is going for her RN. So, I mean, she's just brilliant, and, you know, not very many people know how brilliant she is, but she can always figure her way out of any situation. So that's wonderful. So then my sister, my other sister, who everybody thinks is my twin, because we're only 16 months apart. So we looked alike growing up, and everybody thought we were twins because we were so close together in age. But she actually completed her degree in physical therapy, kinesiology. And so, yes, so I am here to say, I know I went off on a tangent from my vision board, but I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to bring it back full circle. I'm here to say that, you know, my parents, and let me just be upfront and honest with you. My parents did not go to college. Okay. My father did not have a high school diploma. Okay. He did not make it through grade school, you know. So to have a product of children that are successful, thank God no one has ever been in jail, no one has ever been on drugs, no one has ever been in trouble, you know, because we all looked at our parents as very, very hard workers. And thank God, mom and dad and just the family core, they taught us that our first love is God, okay? Our first love is God. And then everything else will be added. So I didn't even come on here to say this, but again, you know, I always jump on here and I always end up saying a message. So, so just to bring it back full circle, and I just wanted to share that little bit about my family. Because we have the type of family that when we want something, we go after it. We go after our goals. We don't care how hard it may look. We don't care who's saying what, and no, you shouldn't do this, and you should be comfortable where you are. You know, when God says move, you got to move. So, and that comes in full circle with your job, with your savings, with your house, you know, whatever you want out of life. So to bring it back to the vision board, remember I told you I had that little, this was in 2015, and I have friends on here that can vouch for this. When we created those vision boards, Jamise Goldie, Kenya. So that was in 2015, and I had that cutout of that doctor holding the clipboard and the prescription. There was a bottle of prescription medicine, and I will show you guys. I'll probably show you a brief view of that vision board because I have it, but I will post it at a later time. So in 2015, I had that vision of, I want to put this on my vision board because I believe I can make it. I believe I can be this provider one day. I believe I can be that provider that can, care for people on the level of making sure that they have the right medications, making sure that they're not going back into manic states or, psychosis, or when I was on ACT team, making sure that, we made sure that they were okay in the community so that they wouldn't have to go back into the hospital. And so that was my passion. So I had already been an inpatient in 2 major state hospitals, and I wanted to see, what it would be like to just, intercept and make sure that that person did not go into hospitalization or inpatient, or did not, I could be that bridge to kind of make sure that they stayed in the community with their family, with their friends, appropriately treated for whatever diagnoses they had in mental health. So make a long story short, you guys see me, you guys know that I am just an example. I'm just an example of what you can do when you put your mind and spirit, you put your goals number one. Okay. So still bringing it back full circle, when we went to the New Year's Eve party gathering on 12/31/2025, there was the vision boards. They had the table to do vision boards. So my honey and I don't believe my honey ever did a vision board, but he did one. And I was so proud of you, honey. I'm so proud of you. So not only did he do the vision board, but he sat it at a place where he could see it every day. Whatever his heart desired, whatever motivated him, whatever inspired him, he sat it at a place that he could see it every day. So I'm not sure who all did a vision board. And if you've never done one, it's very therapeutic to do one. You just take your time, cut out all of the affirmations, the statements, the pictures, your desires, your vacations, your money, your self-care, your fitness routine, whatever you want to put on your board, whatever inspires you, that's what you do. Okay. That's what you do. So I just wanted to jump on and encourage everyone. And I was truly, truly, truly encouraged. 2025 was rough. And I'm just being real and honest with you. And it was rough being an entrepreneur in 2025. But, I never gave up and I never let up. And I know the type of care that I can give to someone, I know the type of empathy and listening to them and really kind of hearing them out, because it's bad enough out here in society. It's extra, extra, extra tough when you're going through any mental health conditions, even anxiety. And I have had experiences with anxiety in 2025. I had never had anxiety in my entire life that I can recall, but 2025 was acting up. So it was really, really acting up on my health, on my anxiety, just all these uncertainties, especially with the government. So I am so, 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 so glad to be in 2026. That's why I say happy, happy 2026. Whatever you have in your focus. And I tell my honey all the time, and he just laughs at me. He doesn't pay me any attention. Well, yes, he does. But anyway, I have tunnel vision. It's so bad I even have it when I'm driving. He'll be like, "Did you see that?" No, because I got my eye on the prize. I'm going to wherever I need to go. And then I'm coming back. I have that tunnel vision. And I've always had that. I've had it in school. When I had a goal, I had tunnel vision. It didn't matter who was talking in my ear to the right. It didn't matter who was talking in my ear to the left. I had tunnel vision on the eye. My eye was on the prize. Okay. So anything, I guess this is my message, that I am a true testament and I am a true example of my mind that did not conceive where I would be today. That my mind in 2015, who just pasted a little magazine picture with a provider and a clipboard and a stethoscope and the prescription medication bottle. I did not perceive that I would be that person at that time. But look at God. Look at God. Look at me. I'm just a product. I'm just an example. And I'm telling you guys this because you can do the same thing. If there's something in your heart and your desire that you want to do, and it's just on your mind all the time, just go ahead and take the steps to do it. Who says you can't do it? And who says that you can't start the process? Who says that you can't take your time with it? You don't have to do everything rushed, and you don't have to graduate when everybody else graduates. It's on your time. You will graduate when you are meant to graduate. And that was one of the things that I always kept in my mind. I didn't care who graduated before me. I knew that one day would be my day. My day. So I do want you to have that mindset. I came in here just to I really came in here to tell y'all about my day because I was so inspired today. Like I had been, not really feeling like going to the gym and everything. But, I looked at my vision board that I created, and I looked at my honey's vision board that he created. And this is not a New Year's resolution type of thing. I don't do New Year's resolutions. But what I will say is please do set your goals for 2026. Like, what would you like in this year? And also not only that, don't do massive amounts of goals, okay? Don't set yourself up like that. Don't do out of reach goals. Start with small short-term goals, and once you complete that goal, move to the next, and that will give you more and more and more momentum. And then it's okay to have a long-term goal. Set a time frame, strategize it, break it down, write an outline, see how you're going to reach that long-term goal. But in the process, complete your short-term goals, okay? So that's what, me and my honey plan on doing. I personally, individually, that's what I plan on doing. I will not have another year like 2025, okay? I'm thankful for 2025. I'm thankful for life, health, strength, mental health. I'm thankful for, just everything that 2025 taught me. But I am striving for better in 2026, okay? So I hope that something that I said today really, really resonates with you all and really helps you. Because it's just like this strong pull. Like, I wasn't even going to jump in today. I was ready to go make my little late brunch before my next appointment. But, when I put on this robe and thought about, my sister giving me this, and thought about my family, and really today I have time to really think of all the things that I'm thankful for. And I'm even thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for my viewers. I'm thankful for all of my clients. I'm thankful for my niece, Kendra, who helps me with my business and with my marketing and with my platforms. So I'm just, I'm in a thankful place. So I definitely want you all to make sure that you make 2026, your year of your goals and knocking out those short-term goals, and also making sure that you can reach your long-term goal, okay? All right, so I'm gonna get off here before I get all choked up because I'm very sentimental, and I will cry at the drop of a dime. My family will tell you I'm the emotional one, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna go because I'm hormonal right now, so don't even mind me. But anyway, I hope that you all have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend. Happy Friday, everybody. And I look forward to jumping on again. And again, happy 2026. Take care, guys. Please, also, if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and please share to someone that may benefit from this message. Take care, guys. All right. Bye.